Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Alright. We gotta do some art today. But first, let's see. Head pet machine and fish cannon should be working. Okay. Was there a crinkle? I did move the mic. Anyway, hello, it's me, Isla. Welcome in, everybody. Okay. Alright, so today, we're gonna be doing some anatomy studies. We're basically going to be trying to figure some stuff out, refreshing our memory on how things work, stylizing things a bit, probably. It's... hello. It's gonna be a thing. I will show you how I generally study the anatomy. Well, mostly. I will have to add clothes because it is the Twitch lands. Normally, that's not what I do. But we're gonna be TOS compliant today. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Clothes. Ugh, who needs clothes, am I right? I mean, like most people, if you want to not get an indecent exposure charge, as it were. But that we're studying art today. It'll be fine. Anyway, alright, let's do some hellos. Are you guys excited? Oh my gosh, we got so many things. So today, we are going to be studying some art. It's going to be very exciting. And then tomorrow, we're going to be doing a karaoke. You guys did a subscription goal. So I will be doing and scuffed karaoke tomorrow. That's going to be a thing. And karaoke. Yes. Hello. Oh man, I hope you're prepared. It's gonna be so cool because I'm breaking out the Frigela model. Wow. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. How's you guys today? It's Thursday. We have made it to Thursday. Oh, I also have a comic that I want to draw today. I got so many things. We're gonna do some anatomy studies and then we'll see if we can do a little comic thing today. I had an idea from oh my gosh, so it's been months. Yeah, it's been months since the holidays, but I have this idea for a thing that happened whilst on holiday. Yeah, you guys we're gonna break out the Frigela model. There we go. Hello, welcome. Very busy? You know what, Phoenix, I'm glad you could make it today. I think, yeah, Phoenix, hello there. I'm very glad you could just drop by to say hello. I hope you have a good rest of your day, even if it is busy, okay? If not, listen, have you not seen the Frigela model? Huh. Well, you'll see tomorrow, and then you will know. But also, I do want to say, they are rocks. They're not candy. They're just rocks. And look, we got the Huich outfit. This was made for me by Midlight. It's so pretty. Not the hat. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But look, we got a cape. We got a big old skirt. We got so many shinies. We got a cool lightning pattern as well. Very neat. Very cool. What? Which outfit? You know which one it is. Anyway, Midlight, hello, you fabulous being. Welcome in. Tress, good to see you again. Welcome. Invert, hello there. Glad you could make it today. Gumpy, you troublemaker, hello there. Kyron, hello Kyron, you fabulous mod. Hope you're doing good today. Already stretching and hydrating, are you sure? Hello. You're right. What is an anatomy? That's a very good question. We're gonna try to figure it out. Why are we studying it?
Boo.
So,
Did I get you?
listen, not everybody can be an orb like you, Squishla. Are we allowed to? I recommend against eating the stremmer. If I get consumed, there will be no more strems. This might make a few of you sad. Okay, and then... Oh, hold on. Let me do hydration. Give me a sec. An anti-self-care routine? Nah, I don't think so. Fair enough. Well, see, that's why I prefaced it with only some. You know, that's okay. To my knowledge, art powers are not earned through eating artists. I'm fairly certain that it is hard work and studying that does it. Better than on Tuesday? Mm-mm. Good. Glad to hear it. Okay. Sinbai, hello there. Phoenix, I don't know if you were able... I don't know if you're still here, but again, hello. Glad you could pop by today. Got some head pats. Racer, hello there. Glad you could make it today. Kapioji, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Egg priority, hello there. Glad you could make it today. I suddenly feel like I'm in danger for some reason. I can't put my finger on why.
What's this?
Oh my goodness. Lactose the Intolerant, thank you very much for subscription. I do very much appreciate it. Seriously, thank you. Alright, so when we hit the next subscription goal, we're kind of pinging between several different flavors of like reward things. If you guys would like, you can vote on a game and suggest a game for me to play. I'll give it a solid attempt. This could be anything that's TOS appropriate for Twitch, probably. Don't worry about it. Also, feel free to let my guard down. I don't know. Man, that reminds me. Oh, it's the Jacqueline. Oh, it's Jackie. Oh my goodness.
What's this?
Hello. Welcome in, raiders.
We weren't given a raid message.
No raid message. You should throw something at Jackie until she gives you a raid message. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, how was the strem?
Hello.
Did Jackie fight with all of her heart? Did you see it? Was there many kickings? I know. I didn't prepare the thing specifically for Jacqueline. Raider, you hardly know her. Oh heck yeah, Jackie! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. If you guys gotta do post-stream stuff, please take care of yourselves. And if not, we are going to be studying anatomy today. I will walk you through how I do anatomy studies. It's basically you do some gesture drawings and then you do some doodles and you look at reference. That's basically the summation of it. But yeah, we'll go into more detail. Yeah, anatomy. Anatomy? Which one is it? Both. It's both. Elena's going well? Ow. But yeah, welcome in. I was...
Hello.
I was thinking of a thing, I was saying a thing. Oh, okay. Subscription goal things. That's what I was talking about. Tomorrow, you guys hit and subscription goal. So we're doing karaoke. I think the next one, when we hit it, if we hit it, that's a big if, I suppose. But if we hit it, you guys can vote on a game for me to play. We'll try out a thing. That'll be a thing. So yeah, that is all of announcements. You guys want to do art? Of course you do. Let's do. What goal? Oh, so so Twitch does this thing now that I didn't actually realize it did, and every time you guys hit a subscription goal, it automatically starts a new one. So you guys like accidentally, without my knowing that Twitch was just upping the ante on me, you destroyed 2 of them. Monday we went through and did a bunch of scrunkles for you guys, and then tomorrow is karaoke. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me just check on the thing real quick. Hold on. Amok, thank you very much for the subscription. I do very much appreciate it. Thank you. And then Flaming Dragon, hello there. Glad you can make it today. And Glacial Nova, hello there. Glad you could make it today. The goal is to fluster me. Up hefting the uncle. Yeah, it's a natural progression, isn't it? Listen, even if you are an auntie, maybe you still want uppies occasionally. It's not so much to ask for, you know? Alright, so I think we got all announcements and things out the way. Let's go switch to art screen, shall we? Blah. Okay, there we go. Today's subject matter, how to anatomy. I'm actually gonna hide that for now. So we're gonna start off with gesture drawings. actually, chat, that's actually really hard to see on this white canvas. Give me just a second. Let me fix this. Stremble Labs. Give me your chat box widget. Let's see. This one. And we need to switch to...
Fine. You got me. I am fierce.
It's accurate though. Okay. Wah. Alright, so now if you type in chat, there we go. That's better. Let's go gambling. Alright, hold on. Let me... Why? What do you mean you hate that you can hear the smirk? I have a smirk at all times. How can you hate it? Also, I'm gonna move you guys just a little bit so that you're a little bit more on screen. There we go. All right. What? How does this name keep propagating? Who is spreading this lie? I can't believe this. Listen, that's not my name. That is not my name. Okay, we've got all this. Let me make sure.
You should save.
You know, I probably should save. That would be a smart idea. All right, saving. Hold on, saving. Typing in... What is today's date? The 19th? Okay. Sketches and... me stuff these. Okay, beautiful. No, they say don't save it as a PNG. I need the whole thing. Attempting to save one more time.
Hello.
Sure, but that's spelled fine. It's fine. Okay, it's saved. There we go. Knit. Oh my goodness. Were you the Anonymous the whole time? Wow. Jericho, hello there. Glad you could make it today. Welcome in. I'm actually going to situate myself right about here. Let me change another thing. I was very prepared for Strem today. I don't know if you guys can tell. Okay, so first order of business. We're going to be doing some gesture drawings. Gesture. So this is like, so to go through what this is. Why do we do these? Well, the thing that we want to look out for with gesture drawings is the movement. I don't know how many of you guys have watched an art tutorial where if you draw a leg, you could draw like a curvy part and then there's like a straight line, right? This is basically what we're looking for stuff like this with anatomy, with gesture drawing, okay? So like if we start our gesture drawings, let me actually just leave this here and we'll just draw right here. That'll be fine. I'm kind of big and in the way, aren't I? Hold on. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, we'll do like this. You know how to do stick figures? You know what? That's step 1. Solid learning device, honestly. Let's see. We need this. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me queue up. So I'm using it's a website called Quick Poses, not sponsored, but this is like just it's a pretty decent resource for like people in mid-action or posing. Like it's fairly decent for doing gesture drawings. It's not as great as like a still life class or like a live drawing class, I think is what that's called, but it's not bad. Let's do let's see, let's do timed practice, random poses. Okay. All right. So you guys can't see this because a lot of the things are not TOS compliant, but so yeah. So basically we are okay. This is basically like a warm up, right? So you draw like the rib cage, you have like the arm. I think I need to work on my scaling as well. Don't really need to work on detail. We're just trying to capture the feel of the pose, as it were. Yeah, I'm drawing really big for this. All right, we'll sort that out for next time. Honestly, it's kind of an interesting anatomy, this. Not a bad pose. How long is this going for, though? Squints. Okay, no, this... Hold on. Are we doing not the right thing? Let's see. Random... Okay, so that was just a random pose. We want timed things. So we start out with... I think we'll go with 60 seconds per pose. Let's do 10 of them. And we'll do... this. Okay, we're gonna hide that. I don't think that's what we wanted for this. Did you not get a hello? Hold on. Let me check the thing. Jackie just out here causing trouble. Did I? I totally missed it. You right. Soren, you fabulous bat. Hello there. Thank you very much for reminding me. Double checking on the thing. It important. All right, now we're doing it. Now we're doing it for real this time. Here we go. We're gonna make our brush smaller as well. So this pose, that's interesting. Back muscles are nice and tense like this. There's like, I'm still drawing really big though. Knees are so weird. I don't know if you guys are aware. We've actually got some foreshortening in this one too, which is interesting. Very exaggerated, like shoulder and arm muscles on this one. Head down as well. Okay. New gesture drawing. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Is this a statue or just a person pretending to be a statue? How interesting. Okay, so we have the rib cage, the hips. Another very interesting example of foreshortening with this arm, because the wrist is like over the knee right here. How interesting. Also very interesting how there's very little like neck showing right there. Ah, we missed a chunk of the form. There was like an arm out this way, but it's fine. All right, on to the next. This lady is laying down. It's very hot today. I know, right? Okay, so this is very interesting. We have like this very interesting S shape just based on leg position right there. We have this other leg. How curious. So, how does your neck work, ma'am? Now the picture changed! Ah. So this is the challenge with doing gesture drawings. If you do it with like minute or 30 seconds, it forces you to look at the motion more than trying to get details, which is the point. This is an interesting one. The stomach is like, the belly button's like right there. How interesting. The reason I find that interesting is you don't usually see this type of, oh, the neck is really good on this one too. Okay, this one will require further study. We're gonna have to redraw this one later. Okay. But yeah, that's a good reference picture. We're probably gonna redraw that here in a bit. Okay, so this dude, this is some interesting, like, perspective. So he actually has, like, most of his rib cage, and then there's, like, hips like this. We barely see any of his head. We've got, like, shoulders. This is also a fairly interesting picture. Very interesting perspective on this one. Really? Okay, so he has... Okay, pause for a second. Okay, so on this picture, something that I've noticed... You can't see the picture that I was looking at, but his palm was facing up, okay, and the main chunk of muscle was like here, when normally I associate the bit of muscle to be like on this side, but it was basically like flat across the bottom there, and then his palm was facing up, which was fascinating. That's very interesting. Why was it like that? You didn't get a hello either? Well, you usually do the thing, like, at the end of stream, don't you? Are we studying male anatomy? I study both. Study both at the same time. There's some differences. I don't know if you're aware, but there's some differences in the anatomy. Like, it goes back to, like, bone, all the way down to bone structure, right? The differences are fairly important. Hello, hello. Kailua, hello there. Glad you could make it today. Alright, so anyway, we might have to, we're definitely studying this one more. I think we might study this one more as well, because that's a pretty good one as well. Alright, let's continue. We've got 4 more little doodles, little studies, and we'll see if we can get some good reference pictures. This pose is kind of boring. Ma'am, you're just doing a pinup. This is not a gesture drawing. She's like looking over her shoulder. Her hair's in the way, so you can't actually see what her neck is doing, which really annoys me. She's got her shoulder up. So not every picture from gesture drawing is going to be like a winner, right? She's like standing so weird too. Yeah, she's basically just doing a pinup. The good thing about this one, this hand, that is a very nice hand. Oh, this person has twisted themselves into a little pretzel shape. Doing yoga, I guess. So there's like the head. You see like a chunk of the neck. There's like shoulder bones. You can see like shoulders. So this arm is like twisting backwards, and then we have the hand right there. Then this arm, there's like a leg. What, ma'am? How? There's like a leg right here. She's doing a little chicken wing around the leg, and then her knee is right here. This is also not a very good gesture drawing because it's just a tangled mess. I don't think this is a very good one either. It's interesting anatomically, like we can see some interesting like muscles in the back. Okay, and this lady, I guess this is just kind of a generic, like, let's see, this leg is doing like this. This leg was more like this. We've got some foreshortening there. Let's see, so the other hand is like here. This is an okay pose. It's not anything special. It's alright though. This is a very artsy picture. Okay, so we have dude looking this way. You can actually see like the collarbone, like the neck muscles trailing down into like the, let's see, the rib cage is like here. We've got the muscles. You can actually see how the muscles are all linked together in this one. That's very nice. Palm up. Just like the hips. It was kind of like that. This one is not very good. We're gonna skip that one. Okay. So then... Very interesting... Like the thing that I want to study a lot of today is the neck, shoulders, arms, all of that, and like the torso. They're all like linked together, and it's like that's the thing that I need to study more, because like I don't draw the necks super connected and like linked together with all of the other parts of the body. So that's the thing that we could study today. The other thing was actually like hips. We gotta study hips again. How do hips even work, you know? Hello, hello. How interesting. That's a very straight line right there. Oh. Scratch. Hello there. Glad you could make it today. Alright, so now I have some reference pictures, and we can open these up, and we can dig a little bit deeper into the ones that I like, which are this one, that one, and that one. Okay. Alright, so step one, gesture drawings. What did we learn? Let's take a look at this. So this first one, I actually like this one quite a lot. We might need to study this more in detail. There's some excellent, like, I should probably do this on a separate layer. Hold on. There's some very interesting, like, you can see the back muscles here, and then we have a very exaggerated shoulder muscle. Like this line right here where it curves to the elbow, that's very good. I like that. So I think we should study this one a little bit more. This arm is also very cool. I like that. So that's a very good pose. That's got some interesting stuff that we could pick apart and learn from. This pose, don't really like it. It's just kind of mid. This one, this is pretty good. Don't really like this one.
Fine. It's fine. I guess I am cute.
It's fine. Honestly, this one's pretty good too. Okay, so stuff that... actually, there's some interesting... Like this arm in particular, these foreshortening shapes are very interesting. I kind of like those. Alright, so... We've got a few little things to study. It is a lie. It is a lie. I'm actually very fierce. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to open that one. Actually, the way that I drew... So I'm looking at this one again, and the way that I drew it is very different from the image reference. How interesting. Okay, so we're going to start by studying this one in more detail, okay? So, we are going to take this, copy it onto its own layer. We're going to mark our gesture drawings. And let's look at this and let's just keep doing some studies, shall we? Alright, so things that I think are very interesting about this one in particular, the way that the neck connects with the shoulders, you can actually see there's like a... Like, you can actually see the neck tube a little bit. It's not fully covered by the face. I mean, it is a little bit, but honestly, that's pretty good. So then we have, there's like this little gap right here, and then the shoulder and the collarbone is like this. Really? Then there's like a little gap right there, and then we have the squeamish, which... We're just gonna draw like she's, you know, she's fully covered. It's fine. Okay. But the really interesting thing is her back looks like flat right here, which is wild. And then it connects to the shoulder. So this line continues through here, and then there's just this curve. So her back just looks like super duper flat right here. when I normally draw somebody, like, you draw somebody, you got their neck, they have the little the traps? Is that what these are? I don't know the names. So yeah, I guess it would make sense that this would flatten out if you were looking from the correct perspective. So that's very interesting. I don't know if you guys find this interesting, but I find this very interesting. The other thing that I think is fascinating, her rib cage is, let's see, shoulders connect there, but her rib cage is actually like this. So you see the arm like here, which is very straight on. It's a very interesting shot of the arm. Her arm is here, but instead of her like I drew this like this, right? But that's not actually where her spine or her rib is. Her ribs actually end like this. And then we have like the little love handle, whatever you call them, like right here. I'm exaggerating it a little bit. And then you have the gluteus maximus, the muscles right there, right? She's wearing shorts. It's fine. They're shorts. But the other interesting thing, so this is like the line where the ribs are, right here. And then we have some very interesting, like the stomach is like right there. And the belly button is like right at the edge. I can't say I've ever really come across reference pictures where this is how the stomach looks. Also, her elbow, since she's doing a weird pose, one elbow is all the way up here. I drew this arm like really, really long. Okay, so that's the thing that we gotta fix. She's actually touching her calf. Are her arms really this long? I think I have made her too long. Or we haven't dropped her shoulder down enough? Yeah, the top of the shoulder is like right there. So this is the length of the arm. Yeah, it's about where that would be. Alright, so let's see. With this one, I think we actually need to kick the leg up a little bit more. Let's see. Leg length would be about like this. If we go back to this layer, so we have the spine, which connects like here. The hips are actually, where are the hips? Hold on. Do like, how are the hips hipping? Okay, there'd be a little bit of an overlap right here. We still got the spine like right there. Yeah, I would say that's probably, let's see, let's just shade in the front part of the ribs and hips. How interesting. So then this is our spine right here. But yeah, I think the hips are basically like mostly rotated away from us. I think they're still in the same sort of orientation as the ribs though. Like there's not a lot of twimst in the form. Okay, so I would say that's correct. So with that in mind, let's actually hide. Nah, we'll make it blue. We'll make it blue. And then let's go back to this layer. Keeping in mind that the knees are only about this long. Maybe we made her whole leg too thick here. she's just barely touching her calf a little bit. Interesting. And then her other hand, just the tiniest little bulge out right here with the muscle on the arm. A little bit of a dip, something like that. And then this arm, she is also, she's just touching her knee, just like a little bit. Okay, and then we've got calf muscles, we've got the ankle bone. She's doing the thing where she's like pointing her little toe beans. And then her other leg, we have a knee right here. And the other foot is like this. How interesting. Okay, so let me go back to this. So this is our like this is a list. This is kind of a thing on how I study. This might not work for you guys, but step 1, you do gesture drawings to kind of warm up. Step 2, you what would you call this? Iterative. You do iterations. So you go over what you did. You figure out cool stuff, and you do, let's call them iterations. So this is studying the forms in more depth. What we're going to do after that is stylizing. So that's going to take this, poses like this, and we're going to draw them more different-y, right? That's the plan. But for now, I want to continue to study. There's still some very interesting things. It's very hard to... Man, it's really hard to explain when you guys can't actually see the picture. However, in things of note in this picture, there's like a line here that connects to the squeamish. There's like a very interesting line here that connects to the collarbone, which I think is fascinating. But that's just the pectoral muscles. It, again, all of the things are linked, but it's a very fascinating look at that. And then all of this kind of connects back to there as well. There's like a little line right there. There's not actually a line right here, is the thing. So let me actually go back to here. We need to get rid of this line. And actually this line, because there's not a line there. There's like a collarbone. I probably don't need to be drawing with that color. So there's like a collarbone. And then there's like a little bit of a line like this. But there's a very distinct like shading where this purple line right here is, which is very interesting. Okay. So that is drawing number 1. So we're going to throw all this in a folder. Okay, I also wanted to study... Okay, so we got that one. Let's see. I also wanted this one. We're gonna stare at the moose glaze. Okay, so we have this. We are going to make this a little bigger. Okay, let's grab a new layer. Alright, let's open up the reference picture and let's look at the moose glaze. Here we go. Alright, so things that I'm noticing straight off the bat. I I definitely have already stylized a good chunk of this. Things that I missed though. Oh, you can see like just the tiniest little bit of, there's like a little bit of twimst on this form. Just like a little bit. So the spine is actually like this. How interesting. Okay, so on this side we see a little bit of the back moose glaze. We've got the rib cage right there. Yeah, actually, let's see, rib cage. This is like the, it's like the back. Goes into the moose glaze right there. We've got like a little bit of Okay, so we have, let's see, you can see the muscles right there. We've got, how many, wait, does this line connect all the way down to here? Does this wrap around and connect with the rib muscles? Are those connected? I mean, they might be. Vaguely, perhaps. Okay, so there's the spine muscle. That cuts off here, and then we actually see the shoulder muscles. It's so bizarre that they're like their head is down. Like this is their hair. Hello. Whoa. Lady, hello there. Glad you could make it today. We're doing anatomy studies, yes. Nah, I think we're good on references. I think so. Let's see. So we have like I think this would be like the pectoral muscle right there on this gentleman. We see just a little bit of it. There's like a wrinkle right here because he's doing foreshortening, like really pushing back on the arms. That's interesting. So his shoulders are actually shaped more like this. I definitely stylized this quite a lot. There's like a curve there with like the musculae. We've got elbow like right here. And this part of the forearm, it's kind of shaped like this, actually. Hum yum mum mum mum. Why though? Yeah, it's very interesting how like thin this area is compared to like the forearms. However, I have seen a very interesting tutorial where you think about the muscles of the body like links in a chain. So you have like the shoulder muscle, which is like this, and then there's like the upper arm muscles, then you have like the forearm, and then like the hand, right? So it's kind of like this. And if you kind of visualize an arm, you've got big shoulder muscle, forearm, down to the hand, right? Like you can picture this, right? It's a very interesting way to think about it. Bread, hello. Model's pretty. Thank you. I made this myself, so I do very much appreciate it. Thank you. Moving the body part, true, very true. There's a lot of different ways to study. Think of them like rubber bands. Honestly, that's a good way to think about it, yeah. Okay. We're not super gonna study hands right here, but I think just taking note that grasping firmly, like in this reference picture, there's like a little rope that he's using to hold up his arms for the life study stuff. True. I am in the process of doing a proper debut for a new model, so changes will be happening. Good ones though. That's the plan. That's the plan. There's like a very interesting divide right there, and then this muscle looks like super poofy. Wild. So the tricky thing with using photo references is that sometimes the photos look weird. So you do need to kind of be careful. Honestly, multiple references is gonna help more with avoiding certain pitfalls. Now that's interesting. So the forearm is actually like this, and then I think I think that's more like this. So I actually drew in the original gesture drawing, I drew the forearm a lot further out than it was, but it's more like that. How interesting. Okay, how does this forearm actually look? Let's make sure we draw this looking at the reference. We've got the wrist area, and then we've got the muscle area. And then. Same sort of thing. Modern day realistic androids. Really? They use artificial muscles? How interesting. Do the people wear clothes in the picture that I look at? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The best anatomy studies are they're not wearing the clothes. I obviously can't do that on Twitch because that would be a violation of the TOS. So they get clothes. They're getting free clothes. Wow. But no, that is not generally how I study anatomy. No. Now, knees are so weird. Okay, so let's look at this a little bit more in depth. So the muscle actually has a thing like this. You know, nothing is really straight across on the body, is it? Like got the knee like this, and then this part of the knee is like this. It's like a little bit lower. Which is the opposite of how it is on the ankles. What the heck? Okay, so let's do a quick sketch of this leg. Alright, so if this is like this, kind of looks like the calf muscle is shaped like this in this picture. And we've got our like ankle like this. So this is angled like this, and it looks like the knee is angled like the opposite way. There's like a little bit of muscle right there, and then there's like, you've got the back of the knee like this. And then there's like the weird muscle on the side of the knee, like that. Wild. Today I have learned. Also, it's apparently been an hour, so we should probably go do a, and break time, yeah? Is that how that looks? That is not how that looks. That is me stylizing and not really studying. That's kind of more like that, though. Interesting. This definitely has, like, overlap shapes right there. Knees are the window to the soul. I mean, that it's right there. It's right there. Wow. Also, hello Isabella. Okay, can we get a shout out for Isa, please? The ooze. Also, we really probably should go do break time. So, hello, give us like 5 minutes and we'll be right back. Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy break screen. And we are back. Hello again, everybody. Did you guys have a good break? Hello. Hi, Don. Hello there. Glad you could make it today. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. All right, pretend we were not disrupted by ad break. Thank you for the brain cells. Also, hello, YouTube land denizens. Welcome in. Hello, me, Isla. We are back. All right, so this looks a little bit funky still, but I think it's probably because we have too many lines where there shouldn't be lines. Also, we've got some weird, like, shapes here, which that is not how that looks. I kind of, like, part of me just really likes the geometric, like, elements. Also, but that would be like the next step where we do stylization, so we're not quite there yet. You found something more terrifying to do? Is it releasing swarms of wasps? You have a power drill. Who gave you that? Have you got a license for that power drill? I'm like, how much damage could you do with that? And I'm like, oh yeah. Listen, leave the bookshelves alone, okay? Also the aquarium. Probably the stairs. I'm sure it'll be fine. So something that I am noticing, I don't have, like, there's not as much tension in this as with the reference picture. And I'm actually wondering if it is this line right here that is incorrect. Like, I really like that. Like, we have some very interesting accidental, like, line weight stuff right here, which is very cool. Wondering if we just need to draw right there. Is this more like how it looks? Why is it like that? Okay, what is the actual anatomy here? So you've got the muscles, right? There's a shoulder blade that definitely affects things, which I'm guessing is what this is. But then what about the back muscles? There's like a line. I guess this is a big muscle right here, which would explain why this. So this is like the back muscles right there are being squeezed this way, right? But this line, it like stops right here, and I was trying to figure out why, but it correlates with, there's like this diamond shape muscle in the back right here. It's like a big long muscle. I'm pretty sure that is why that cuts off right there, because it changes to a different muscle. Oh, I see. Can you gnaw on the bookshelves? Listen, the bookshelves are very new. They hold my precious books. Please do not eat, consume, destroy, vandalize the bookshelves, nor the books. You just want to fix one quick thing? Okay, what are we fixing? No trips required to hardware store? Okay. Have I ever read books on anatomy? I do have some books on anatomy. What is that one? It's very common. Is it? Hold on. Is it Pumice? I'll have to check. Actually, Actually, do I have those on my bookshelf? Da 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 da. I might. But yeah, I do have anatomy books. And they're very interesting because it shows you the muscle groups and then how they actually like move. But yeah, a lot of drawing is like, at least for me, especially when stylizing, and I do want to stylize and get to like coloring some stuff just so that we can have some words. A lot of stuff you can't portray with line work because lines, they denote an edge between two things. So like this muscle right here that I have drawn in, this is not actually what this would look like. We wouldn't actually really see that. That would all be like a shading thing. But yeah, this is very interesting. Other interesting things, like the way that the muscles kind of overlap, but they're still kind of like locked together. It's like a big puzzle, which is very interesting for me. Now that's a very interesting line.
There's so many of you.
Ah, it's the Bemis himself. Hello, Rainbow. Oh my goodness. Welcome in, Raiders. Oh, is it Virgil? Hello. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, and me, Isla. We're doing anatomy studies today, which is me staring at pictures and then doing little doodles and trying to explain myself. It's a thing. But yeah, if you need to do post-stream stuff, please make sure to take care of yourselves. And if not, we are doing art. You can hang out and chit-chat. How went the D&D prep? But yeah, Rainbow, thank you again for the raid. It's a great anatomy video game called Love Sucks. I see what you did there. Listen. I'm very biased, okay? Actually, the anatomy in Love Sucks, I've looked back at my work and it's pretty cringe. So like, I don't know if I would count that as like good anatomy is the thing. Some stuff is okay. Alright, let's hide the Slayer. We should probably finish drawing the rest of the form, yeah? Otherwise this is gonna look weird. Okay, so this other leg, there's actually like this weird little triangle shaped like shading right here. That's very interesting. Wait, does this? No. I was gonna say, does this line connect with this? But no, it does not. So these knee lines actually like point up like this. How interesting. There is like a little thing like this though. I guess the knee is just like a great big ball of tendons though, so that's the thing. Group 1's headquarters. Oh, nice. Trying to improve world maps. I bet it's tough. Like, I have tried to draw a map every now and again, but like, you gotta get the scale right. You gotta get like cool features in there, and you have to like thinking about all of the environmental stuff. It's a lot. Maps are hard. So for anybody who does not know, I play the D&D. Rainbow Roost is the DM, and we do this like, what, every other Friday? It's very good. It's like all of the things are linked together, and probably the shenanigans that we're getting up to will probably cause trouble in future. Yeah, so there's two groups. This DM is doing two Dungeons and Dragons games at the same time with different groups of troublemakers. Yeah. Okay, so this like little triangle shape right here is very interesting, and maybe that's kind of informative on why there's like a little triangle shape right here on this part, on this leg. So the issue with this currently, let's see, his other foot is like right here because he's stepping forward with this leg, so this is like all in shadow, but you don't actually see, like, there's so much shading right here to show the shape of the leg, but there's not actually a line that we can draw here, which is very interesting. I think we've actually drawn this leg in the wrong spot. Yeah, this whole leg needs to go over a little bit more. How curious. Okay, so let's see. We've got one knee right here. The other knee is actually like up here. Oh, hello. Welcome in, YouTube land denizen. Thank you. I made the model myself, so I do very much appreciate it. Do I set fires in D&D? I haven't yet. Listen, there's always the option. Actually, I guess I've lit a torch. Does that count? I don't think that quite counts. Listen, the chances of arson in D&D, they're never zero, but so far it has not been a thing. Man, drawing feet are another thing that, like, why does it look so weird? I'm looking at the reference and it's just like, why does it look like this? Why drawing somebody's heel from the, like, behind? Why does it look so weird? Sir, why do your feet look weird? Is it just the picture? Is it just, am I drawing it too big? Is that how this looks? I think this is a more gradual curve like this. Then, let's see. Okay, we're probably gonna have to leave that off. I didn't actually leave enough room to draw that there. Feet are just weird. I mean, yeah. Hello? Am I home? I mean, I sure hope so. Chances skyrocket whenever the wizard actually does learn Fireball. I know, right? Okay, let's turn off our sketch layer. I have some very interesting line work here. Accidental, very interesting line dynamic things, which I'm very pleased about that, actually. That's very good. I like that. All right, so we have study number 1. So the question is, do we want to... let's move on to stylization. I think what I want to do for this we're basically going to squish this to the side and then redraw it, not tracing lines or anything, and we're going to try to enhance. We're going to make it even more stylized. Actually, let's start with this one. I think that'd be very nice. Okay, so we're going to hide this. We are going to hide all of that. Hide her. Well, we'll keep the skeleton, why not? Alright, so step 3, stylization. Okay, so how do we stylize this? How do I want to stylize it? Well, first we're going to ask ourselves, which character do I want to draw? Let's go with... I feel like we could draw Jan. I think that would be a good one. Known character would be good. So, let's start out with drawing some general shapes. Let's see. So whenever I stylize something, I always draw the ribcage a little bit smaller. But then with Jan in particular, her hips are going to be a lot wider. I actually draw the legs a bit longer as well. But we do want to keep in mind... Let's see, so this is like this. That, let's see, got like a perspective thing going on here. So let's see, if we make the hips wider, that's a little too wide actually. Let's see, the other leg, go like this way. That is not where that would connect. We'd have a little bit of a rib overlap right there. We do want the stomach muscles. Okay, but why? How would I stylize this weird flat shoulder thing? Like, especially if I make the shoulders smaller. Then we have, let's see, the neck thing like this. Actually make the head a little bit bigger as well. Probably about like that. So I think the way that I draw the hair, that would actually cover up this one shoulder, which is maybe beneficial, maybe not. Let's see. So we actually had... Where's that line? So the collarbone... That's interesting. Okay, so I'm looking at this collarbone line. Agent always watching. Listen, we're being very well behaved. Oh, yo, let's go! You did the workout today? Heck yeah. Soren, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Good job. So I think part of the issue is also just the pose. This is definitely a, oh my gosh, look at my leg, ow, my knee sort of a pose, right? Kind of. I think we want it to be a little bit more... just a touch more like a pinup, right? So then the question becomes, can we angle the wrist on this hand a little bit more? Is she not bending over enough? I'm looking specifically at this like the ribs in the stomach. Have we not given her enough rib cage? Is that the problem? Okay, so there's like the rib line. We could actually... Okay, so that is where the belly button is. Okay, hold on. So on this side, that is very much covering up the other hip. Interesting. It's the high heels. They're pretty killer. So stuff that I like to do would include making the knee fairly pointy. Does not work in all situations, but that is a stylization thing that I like. We make the leg a little bit more wiggly. This ribcage. I feel like that could be a thing that we do with color. And then... Actually, technically speaking, a lot of this would be covered up by squimsh. Then if we have the, let's see, collarbone that's connected to the sternum? That's the bone on the chest, yeah? Sternum? I need to look up my anatomy terms. Actually... I'm almost kind of sad that we're going to be covering up this shoulder with, like, hair. Like, this is a pretty good shoulder. Okay, so something we need to do, we need to overlap the up on the knee with some of the fingers. That would be most helpful. Let's see. That does not look correct. Okay, why does this look more correct though? Also, choices that I'm making include adding like more kind of sharp angles to some of the muscles. Also a stylistic choice. It's largely to do with like, what would you call that? Shape language, I suppose? Like this arm in particular. It's very pointy. but I like it. Solar plexus. Yeah, that's the one. If you hit your solar plexus, you get like winded. That's that nerves. Yeah. You know what we could do? Could we do that? Oh. So it's real tempting to like okay, hold on. Let's make a copy of the layer. So we have this very interesting, let's see. So this would be like this, our shoulder, not shoulder. Whatever this is, the fancy triangle muscle gets kind of flattened out with the view that we're looking at, right? Well, if I were to like draw her elbow like here so that we could... Actually, there was another reference picture with a thing like this, wasn't there? Hold on. Let me look. Where was it? Which one was it? Not that one. Not that one. I could have sworn we had a picture reference for this. Nope. Okay, anyway. However, we can extrapolate some data. So we have the back muscles here. If we want the elbow to be here, we'll have a muscle there. What do we see? We wouldn't see the top part. Okay, shoulder muscle. That is the elbow, so that we can do like a thing where she's running her hands through her hair. Does that work, or does that look weird? Because you can you can bend your arm and like touch your back and put your elbow like real close to your face. How does that change the mousse glaze? That doesn't look right. So if we want the elbow to be like here, okay, so we would need, let's see. So there would be a twimst. That muscle twists that way. Honestly, this like flat line still kind of works. This arm looks super weird though, because we have a lot of extra lines. So our shoulder muscle actually gets pushed back quite a lot. So that looks a lot more like that, doesn't it? So yeah, our shoulder muscle, which on this picture, let's do some color coding, shall we? So our shoulder muscle was like this, and on this picture, you barely get to see like any of it. It's very much hidden behind other things. You gotta go to work? Well, hey, thank you very much again for the raid, Rainbow. Have a good time at work, okay? Do you guys feel like you're learning? That's really the thing. I feel like I'm learning things. Okay, so this arm is like this long. Our elbow would be right about here. Give me back this color. That's all not correct.
There's so many of you.
And
all at once.
It's Meowie! Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, welcome in, Raiders. How was Look Outside? Wait, I've actually heard of this game. This is a game where you specifically are not supposed to look outside, right? yeah, welcome in, Raiders. He's great. Oh yeah? Nice. But yeah, thank you very much for the raid. Hello, it's me, Isla. If you guys gotta do post-stream stuff, please make sure to take care of yourselves. If not, you wanna hang around, we're doing anatomy lessons. Here's our what we're working on, right? We did some gesture drawings to warm up. We did some iterations on that, studying the actual musculature and like the actual poses and stuff. And now we are working on stylizing, which is this. This is what we're doing. This was our study right here. We have very much changed a thing. Like in the poses? Heck yeah. It's good. It's fun. But yeah, thank you again for the raid. Let me make sure. I'm fairly certain that I'm following you. I very much recognize the name. Yep, following. Cute cat girl. It's very good. Oh, wait, you played the Looker? That was a fun game. Hello. Okay, so if you do this, the wrist is like right at the back of the head. Gonna have to overlap the face a little bit. I actually think we need to, so this is where our elbow is. We actually need to start the forearm like further in than I think I should. So like this. How do I know this? Do you remember, where was it? This drawing, where this elbow, I was like, oh, this starts way further in than I thought it did, right? Because there's the elbow and then the actual overlap is like here, right? Okay, I don't actually need that. Let's get rid of that. So, starting the elbow like there, we're actually going to have to get rid of these lines as well. We're going to keep our elbow indicator like that. Honestly, kind of like that. Let's see, what is what the hand doing though? Also, this hand would very much be foreshortened and in perspective. If we wanted to have the hand like running through the hair or like holding it back, which is kind of why I wanted to move the arm in the first place. Does that work or does that just look weird? Do we need to draw this part of the wrist and then less this part? Do we need to make the hand even shorter like this so that it goes behind the head? Yes. Can't stay for long? Oh, no worries. Listen, thank you very much for the raid. Hope you have a very good sleep, okay? Gumpy, please stop spreading lies. I am a kitsune, I am not a villain, and we do not appreciate gnomes here. There was a whole incident where they flooded into my old den, took over the place, made a mess, it was awful, couldn't get rid of them, so I left. And now I'm in a new den, where they cannot find me. It was a whole thing, don't worry about it. And let's make sure that we are keeping up with... Yeah, okay, we're definitely keeping up with redeems, that's good. Okay. Honestly, pretty solid. I think this is a fairly good anatomy study. So a few issues. The shoulders look super thin. She skipped arm day, which isn't necessarily a problem, but like I feel like if we made this muscle like a little bit different, I think it would look a little better. Let me copy this layer. Let's find out. this turns into that muscle. Okay. We still have our rib cage muscle indicator right there. I think the belly button is still in the correct spot. Then we've got like the hips, which would be like right there. And then this side, this is kind of covered up by the stomach. Okay, so what's going on here? Do we have like a little dividing line? Would this be smooth, or would there be like a slight skin wrinkle? Listen, I will have you know, I'm a good citizen. I pay my taxes. I follow the no jaywalking laws, all of that. Okay? I listen. I follow the letter of the law. Woke up today and decided you chose violence today. I mean, that's an option. Okay, so just moving this one... True. Changing body types with the same pose, seeing how things affect. Well, like, if you draw somebody who has, like, more squishy stomach, right? How would this change? Well, there would be a lot more, like, overlap here. You might have, like... Actually, that's a very interesting idea. We could try with different body types. You onto something. That's a very interesting way to practice. But yeah, let's just compare. Look at this one line that we changed. Right? Like this arm looks kind of weird now, doesn't it? This looks like it's much more connected to the body. I think? Okay, so take all this with a grain of salt, though. My ability to see issues is perhaps not... How to phrase this? You go through bouts of... You learn to draw stuff better, and then your eyes don't see...
Fine. It's fine. I guess I am cute.
Your eyes don't see the issues quite as much, right? So I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, this is really good. And I don't know if in like, we keep studying and then I come back to this like in a couple of weeks and I'm like, oh no, that's not very good at all, is it? So take all this with a grain of salt. Maybe this will be good, but maybe it won't. More studying is required. However, so we made this shoulder like bigger. This shoulder looks really small now, doesn't it? Looks weird. So this this line is good because that matches up with like all of this. So that makes sense. This line also looks good. So then what's the issue? Is it the shape of the shoulder? Is it the angle for this? Is it both? See, but that looks weird now. Why does this shoulder look weird? Shoulder, why do you look weird? What's the dealio? Is this line too far into the thing right there? Do we just need to make this like little tiny line? It's Darlerian! Hello, Darlerian. Welcome in.
What's this?
Thank you for the fish.
Aylin, warm welcome. How's everyone's favorite
Oh.
cutesune doing?
Oi. It is fierce. It's fierce. But also, thank you very much for subscription. I will forgive you this one time. But yeah, Mark, thank you very much. I do very much appreciate it. It's fierce, yes. I'm very fierce. Yes. I can see that you're laughing to keep from weeping at my terrifying visage. Very good. Autocorrect keeps doing that. Oh, okay. Well, as long as it's an honest mistake. Okay, so let's see here. How to make this look like Jan? That's the question. Who is Jan? Jan is a character from my game. That is not really something I can talk about on the Twitch lands because it does not comply with TOS. But I do anyway. That's probably not a good plan. But I'm very proud of the game. Listen, I'm very biased and when I say this, but it is the best visual novel you'll ever play. So I can't help it. I can't help it. You meant to call me fierce, you mean? The fangs, the gaze, imposing height, the ears. Especially the ears. It's probably within TOS. Perhaps. I should probably go read the TOS again just so that I am up to date on all of the things. Okay, so how to make this look like Jan? One, we need her to be more smug than anything. So that would help. Listen, I've told you guys, 6'5" with the ears. Okay? It's above average. A little bit. Draw the hair being pulled back like this. Kind of like this, maybe? I think we drew the mouth a little bit wide. So the center of the lips is not really lined up with where the nose is. Listen, I don't make the rules. If you have somebody that has like the big ears on top of the head, you measure the ears. That's included in the height. See, I don't make the rules. But neither do you, and neither do the gnomes. You need the height without the ears? Listen. You get the height with the ears. Okay? It is law. I didn't make this up. That's just how it is. You'd like to see it? Well, okay, so you gotta go to it's listed in there somewhere. I don't remember which like subsection or it's in there, trust me. Man, this face. Okay, so issues with this face. Like so many. I should have drawn this on a different layer. Okay, it's fine. We're just gonna get rid of all that. That is not good. That is not appealing. Do not like. So why? What is the issue? So eyebrows need to be like here-ish, right? So we actually need to draw her. She's kind of like looking down a little bit, which is the thing. So we gotta let's see, draw the nose, which is looking a little bit more down. We're gonna have the mouth be lower. The other issue, this doesn't look anything like Jan, does it? What is with this face? What is going on? Why don't I like this? Is it the hair? Is it the jaw shape, actually? Oh, okay, hold on. You turn off the face and you're like, ah, yes, this is an face shape. This is fine. You turn on the face and you're like, wow, this is a weird gremlin creature. Do not like. So, we've got this. We need to make the jaw a little bit more pointy because character is looking down a little bit. We might need to erase this. Is it also like the angle of the eyes? Are the eyes way too high up on the face? Okay, so if we do that, then where... Ears go like... Okay, so that is like this. We should probably go back to our other layer for this part. Let's see. Ear right there. We would have the other pointy little ear like right here. There we go. That looks better. Much less scuffed. Oh. Listen, we're doing karaoke tomorrow. Don't make me sing this song. This is a threat. Random question, what's my mic? This is an Ethos Earthworks. I'm sitting really close to, like, you can hear me tapping on my pen display. So there's a weird echo whenever I do drawing, but aside from that, this is a very good mic. It's a little pricey. Kind of. It's not like certain other mics, but I have a kind of a weird vocal range where it's not quite as high pitched as some and it's not quite as low as others. So it's actually been a big old quest to get a mic that actually picks up my voice correctly. But yeah, it's a very good mic. I'm a tricky kitsune. How are you? That's the question, isn't it? What have I said? Listen, what do I say that you can trust? Is it funny? Okay, you tell lies because it's a funny, right? It's gotta be funny. That's the thing. Height includes ears, yeah. The claws. Exactly. Free ASMR on the anatomy study. Okay, so something about her face still looks a little bit weird. Why? Is it the jaw still? I mean, we definitely have like a better looking face. Like we definitely have the features actually look, it looks like she's looking down a little bit. So we got that going for us. Why then? Wait a minute. Is it because her neck, like I think her head is actually like just the tiniest bit that way too far. So you have your cranium, and then there's like the skull with, you got the eyes, you got the nose, you got the jaw thing, right? So your neck and spine connects like back here, and this is all like fleshy bit, right? But like this is the important thing right there. And if we look at this, her spine, like it's just a little bit off, I'm pretty sure. So let me grab all of these. Oh no, her face. Oh no, the face. No, you gotta go too. I know why this doesn't look like Jen. She needs her little lightning bolt thing. And then we have the ear. I guess she's got earrings as well. That would help. Looks like a different character. That's the thing. I think it's the jaw shape that's doing it. Also, probably the eyes look a little too soft and friendly for Jen. Does not look like the same character. So we're trying to figure out why. What is it? What is it about this that does not make it look like Jen? Also, there's just random line right there that we need to get rid of. Are the eyes too low? I definitely think the eye shape is weird. What do you mean it's been an hour again? No way. No way, man. I guess we should probably go do and break time then. I think the whole like facial features, they're just a touch low. Also, the eyes still look weird. All right, we shall have a break. Let me do a save. I will contemplate. Then we shall return. I would like to add just some basic color to these, just so that we can kind of block out some lighting. Like, I guess we could do like black and white shading, just so that we have Words are hard. A lot of this we don't have line work on places where there's like the tiniest little fold or like change in the anatomy, right? So we got some other stuff to figure out. But for now, let's do a break time. Everybody, please enjoy break screen, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Yeah. Me. me. And we're back.
Boo! Did I get you?
No, Squishla. Nice try, though. Alright, so I have gone. I have looked with my special eyes at reference material, looking at how I have drawn Jan, and my conclusion, I was on the right path before. It's her face shape. Her face shape looks super weird and jank and not like Jan. So, we need to go back and fix it. But yeah, welcome back everybody. Alright, let's see here now. So, how to make this look more like Jan. So for one thing, we need to make her like forehead a little bit wider. We need to make this look a little bit more like this. So that's like step one. I think we need to... Actually, the nose is kind of weirdly placed. Ah, yes? Hello, cat? What you doing? Ah. My cat Felix might be joining me. Hold on. He's contemplating. He's questioning his life choices. And there he is. Hello, kitty. Have you come to chew on my cables again? You gotta stop doing that. Anyway, everybody, say hello to Felix. He's kitty. Oh, hey, kitty. He's inspecting the art studies. How many life choices could a domestic cat contemplate? I mean, a few of them. Do I want to eat food? Do I want to scratch the furniture? Do I want to stand on top of a drawing arm to prevent drawing from happening? Do I want to eat these headphone cables? They live a very complicated life, I tell you what. Making sure the art is edible. I mean, you could try licking the screen, but I feel like that's not gonna help very much. Alright, we actually need to adjust a few little things. So for one thing, bigger smile. Thing number 2, the nose is actually in the wrong spot, just a little bit. You really... Okay. If you hear the sounds of a cat, he's decided that this is the optimal place to wash his face. Sir, really? You ate the pixels on the screen, really? Okay, what did they taste like though? Was it like tangy? Would the flavor shock me if I knew what it was? It's also eyebrows. You are not allowed on the desk, sir. You are very well aware of this. Tasted like cat hair and dust. Okay, this face definitely looks a little bit more like Jen. It still has some issues though. Namely, this eyeball. Yum, 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 yum. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Felix is so fascinated. Are you a Jan fan, kitty? Are the eyes too big now? Hum yum mum mum mum. Also. Oh no, don't put your little paws on my keyboard. A rule of thumb for a cat? None at all. They don't have thumbs. I mean, that's technically correct. They do have like the. Oh goodness! I had to move my keyboard. All of my keys are in a slightly different spot now. My muscle memory. So they have like their little toe beans, right? Like this. They do have like an extra little claw like here. So they kind of have a thumb. It's just not like a human thumb that can wiggle around and, you know, opposable. It doesn't pose. Having opposable. Having a posable thumb. Yeah. I think I did make her eyes too big. Wild. I'm trying really hard not to just use a lasso tool. Normally I would do that, but in this case I'm trying to actually draw the thing out. I mean, I don't have to, I suppose, but... It's a little better. Probably I shouldn't draw random hair on my eye and face layer. Let's keep those separate, shall we? I think we also need to move up the forehead line just a touch. Oh man, I might have to play around with this. What if her hair, she didn't have a headband, just had her hair just loose, going all over the place? Do I like that? Let's see, I guess her hair would be doing the thing like this, wouldn't it? I know what we do. We gotta add the little fang. We gotta add a fang. And let's maybe do this on the right layer though. That would also help tremendously, probably. Man, she looks so weird without her hair tendril. Okay, so let's do some very quick shading real fast, just because I want to block in concepts for the anatomy, just like a little bit. So let's just work on skin real quick. Let me grab shading color. So let's see. I've got the neck. It'd be like, this is kind of connected like that. I need like a middle ground sort of color for anything that's not facing like upward. Would need just the tiniest little bit of shading. There's like a very interesting shading line right there. Actually, all of this would technically be in shadow. However, we would want this to be... Oh, that's a weird color. Where did that come from? So that would be more like that. Would we have lighter color right here? Like on the hip? Maybe. Ah! Hello, hello, YouTube land denizen. Your father is making cake tonight? Yo, let's go. You know, I'm thinking about it. When you think cake, there's like chocolate, there's like normal cake flavor. Are there? It's not like pies where you have like a whole bunch of different types. I guess there's a bunch of different types of cake too. Sponge cake? Okay, but what flavor is that? That's like vanilla? Normal? I guess I'm thinking of cake flavors like iced creams flavors. Just sugar? I guess there's a whole bunch of different types of cakes too. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, so this is like this is not an area of expertise for me. What is your the best type of cake though? That's the thing. I don't know. I'm always also like, if I have the option between like a pie or a cake, I'd always go with the pie over cake. Plain cake is just vanilla, sugar, butter. Makes sense. Pie superiority? Yeah, basically. Red velvet cake. I'm trying to remember. Have I? I've probably had that at some point in the past. I do not remember its flavors though. You know, we actually need, factually, so if we are adding lighting, we should probably actually light up certain planes that are facing the light.
Hobnob.
Need anatomy guides for Frigla and Squishla for science.
For
Also
science.
possibly knows, but only to make disposing of them more efficient. Commit nod.
Okay, so the Frigla is a rectangle, but in 3 dimensions. The Squishla is an egg. It's basically like an orb, but like a little bit more elongated. Does that help? Also, Saber, thank you. Saber Lily, thank you very much for the fish. I'll eat them later. It'll be delicious. So this like shading on all of the shading is very, what's the word? It doesn't have the right amount of saturation. I mean, she is a vampire, so like that's not necessarily a problem, but I don't feel like we have the right colors, tones. Do we need to color the lines? Is this the problem? I feel like that would probably help, actually. Because this color is very harsh compared to like skin tone and such and so on, so probably adding, I wonder if we should go more purple. I wonder if more purple would be better. Yes. Okay, we're gonna make sure we color all of that chunk of the line, just because that's stomach overlapping the hips. I am the fierce one. The Squishla is the cute one, and then the Frigla is the cool one, which you will see tomorrow when we do Scuff Karaoke. Wow. This looks like Jan just got out of a pool or something. The oven. Listen. We only need one furniture appliance. Probably. Okay, we need like and green color. Let's just fill in some color here. It's a very, very dark color. It's not bad. it's the lack of hair color as well. Are we using a different... I think we're using a slightly different brush than we normally do for these. No? Maybe? That doesn't feel right. Why do all my brushes feel different today? We are on a new layer. Is that the problem? Do I need to slap all these colors together on a single layer? Is that usually how I do this? How interesting. Unless it's mixing with colors on other layers, in which case... That's just confusing. That might be what it's doing, though. Vampires affected by running water? You know, that's an interesting question. I don't think it's ever come up in the game. So far. Fridgeless room temperature on account of not being plugged in? Oh, is that the problem? You think? Maybe that's why the karaoke streams are not super cool and chill. Lampla, the bright one. Now here's the thing. I had this idea a while ago where each one of my friends would be like a different household appliance, and like Rainbow, who rated us earlier, is also an chef, training to be like an actual factual chef. It would be like the oven, right? So yeah, I am a food enjoyer. So I kind of fit the Frigila thing, but I think somebody else would be a lamp better. Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm very fierce. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Vindication. I'm doing excellent now. I know what I'm about. I know that I'm very fierce. Listen, it's just nice to get the recognition every now and again, you know? Okay, we are going to refine the eyes a little bit, because that's like, if these are nice and crisp and look good, then everything else will also look good. Surprisingly. Or not surprisingly. However, we're just gonna clean this up a little bit. And then. You know, I always add the eye shines, right? But I'm always thinking to myself, but if you do have the undead, would they have shiny, sparkly eyes? That's what we're thinking about. Yeah, Jan. Bam. Fresh from swimming pool, probably. We could actually add like little water droplets. That wouldn't actually be that hot, actually. Let's do the thing. We'll just add a little bit. Let's see. So first we add some shading. Maybe some little drips right there. Then we grab a new layer. And we just add little shinies to the water droplets. It's not like super accurate, but it gets the idea across, right? There we go. Fresh from a swim workout. Bam. Oh, Saber, you guessed it. Bam. That's fair. I do know a particularly sassy vampire. That is accurate, yeah. But it's also art. True. And you gotta have shinies in the eyes. It's very important. Unless you choose not to for some stylistic reason, but that's all right. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and we're gonna get rid of those things. Then we're gonna move this closer to our study. So yeah, do I have a copy of the original gesture drawing? Let's do like that, and then somewhere in here, is it you? Are you the gesture drawing? That's the gesture drawing. Okay. So, this is my how to study anatomy. This is basically a rundown of what I do. Okay, so stuff that I would fix. We gotta discuss this as well. Honestly, this shading, like there's bits of it that are pretty good, but if you kind of look at it overall, like we don't really have like lighting. Like we don't have like a light source. I mean, there's lighting and it's like from the top down or whatever, but like I feel like that could be done a little bit better, and I think that's kind of throwing me off on some of the anatomy things. So like that could be done better, I think. We didn't really add a bunch of shading to like the hair or the swimsuit. Actually, we didn't add much shading at all to like the other leg. Perhaps we should do that then now. Okay, skin color. Maybe if we cleaned up the background, that would help a little bit as well. No, Squishla. Nice try though. Let's add more shading.
Dyla, you should save.
You know, I probably should save. That would be a very good, smart sort of an idea. Hold on. That's like between the legs. This is not very fully drawn in either. Excuse me.
Fine. You got me. I am fierce.
Okay, okay, saving, I'm saving. Calm down, calm down. No, it's fine, saving. There, it has been saved. Don't panic, don't panic. Three teeth extracted. Oh my goodness. That sounds very unpleasant. May I offer you a Jan lip bite for your troubles today? You can you know, see it a little bit through the pixels. Have we been in just chatting the whole time? Oh no. Oh no. I mean, we've kind of been chatting the whole time, right? Whoops. I'm a good Strember. I promise. It's fine. It's fine. How come? Okay, listen. A sneeze is just a sneeze, okay? It has no influence on anything. It's happenstance. They're a little bit different every time, you know? Is it fine? I mean, maybe. Perhaps. Okay. All right, so this is like study number 1. What I want to do is I actually want to let's throw all this in a folder. Let's make sure that we keep this. And then what I want to do is I actually want to stylize this. I mean, it's pretty good. How would I change this to make it better? How would I color this? We could have some really lovely, like, chunky mousse clays. I wonder if we could just color it like this. Like, this is pretty good, right? We've got some weirdness here. I think we would want to change this line a little bit. Shall we just color some back muscles? Why not? So in fairness to my mods, there's probably a setting somewhere that lets them actually change the category. Actually, mods, if you would like to remind me in the Discord, I'll see if I can figure out where that is later. Nice. Okay. But yeah, that might be a good thing for future. Let's just try coloring. I've also rediscovered a brush that I have had for kind of a while now, and it's a very interesting brush because it deliberately slightly hue shifts all by itself, which is really interesting because that means that you get a lot of lovely color variation and you don't know what it's going to be. Okay, we might have to look this up later. I feel like that would be a very good thing, just so that, you know, the mods can be like, hey Isla, you're in the wrong category, and then they can just fix it. That might be a good thing. So anyway, we have a lot of very interesting like colors there. This is very bright and saturated though, so let's walk it back a little bit. So if our light source is, we're gonna go again from light source from the above, right? Just gonna block out chunklets where the planes of the form would be catching the light the most. I wonder, would we have this like this? Maybe. Is it Dandy? Hello, Dandy. Welcome. Can we get a shout out for Dandy, please? Let's go. Yeah, we're doing anatomy studies. We did this one earlier. Some of the lines are not like, now the line quality and how like scuffed they are kind of bothers me. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, so speaking of Dandy, this fabulous bean is doing a big old charity event. It's gonna be like 3 days and or more, but I think it's just 3 days, and it's like at the end of the month. There's gonna be a whole big charity thing. Dandy is doing a big organize and doing a thing. So like, if you are not following Dandy, this fabulous Hans, who will talk to you with mommy voice and give you uppies, and you can throw her in jail, you should. She is a very good bean. There you go. Style choice, right?
You've
Oh.
fallen into my
Oh,
trap.
Shadow Gamer, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in, you Denizen. Okay, so then the question is how to continue shading the mousse glaze, right? So I think we could do like a multiply color layer. We could do that. Just a little bit, maybe a little bit more purple. How does that look? Oh, that's not bad. Might be a little bit too dark. It's not bad, actually. But yeah, this brush that I'm using, what is this called? Flushito. It is just slight color change. Just the way that it kind of draws is also very pleasing. It has a very good feel to it. I think the line right here, that's too thick right there. will talk to you in a mom voice, will give you uppies, and you can throw her in jail. I mean, honestly, it sounds like a party, doesn't it? So if you kind of squint at this, like, it kind of works. These colors right here, this is too bright. That's like the only like issue that I'm kind of seeing when you like squint at it. You're trying to look at the overall like feel, right? So if we take these color, what is the difference between this color and this color? So if we went like right in the middle, okay, looking at reference. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. Cars will be loud. That is a thing. Yeah, mostly I'm looking at like the back muscles. Oh, that's interesting. Oh. Just doing a little bit more ambient occlusion between some of the muscle groups. So, issues with this one. So this was my study after the anatomy thing. So let's actually look at my original gesture drawing, shall we? Which was like this. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so the way that I drew the shoulders, wow. We're looking, we're discerning, trying to do a learn. So, the way that I initially drew the shoulders was like more like this. And in this one, they go the other way. And I think that actually looks better the more that I'm looking at it. Initially, I kind of liked this shape better. But it doesn't work. That's interesting. Okay, so how would you stylize that even more, actually? It's like that shoulder, like these little lines right here with the shoulder, those are very nice. Those are accidental, very nice, good lines. I like those. They had a lot of like flavor, right? Like the shoulder or the neck muscle lines like right there. Then we have shoulder lines like this. You could probably make those even bigger. You stylize by making these muscles like a little bit smaller. Still connect there. There's the chest muscles, pectorals. We've got the rib cage. I think that's probably how I would do that. I think let's actually make sure that this connects to the spine like this. Then there would be the extra like shoulder blade muscles right there. Yeah, it's very interesting. Like I'm fairly certain that all these muscles, I need to look this up actually, but if we look at, we draw, let's see, the arm is up. So there's all the weird shoulder muscles. There's like the pec muscle. You've got the, let's see, there's the shoulder blade. There's like the triangle shaped back muscle. But I'm pretty sure there's gotta be muscles that like, the obliques I think they are. No, maybe they might all connect like this. I need to look this up and see if this is how the muscles actually do the thing, because I'm fairly certain that that is what that is, and that would explain why there is this like this thing. That would explain that. Oh, nice. So I need to look up the proper names for the muscle groups. I know what they look like, but I can't tell you what their proper names are. But I think that's the, like, you got your person's head right here, and he's like lifting up his arm, right? And then that's like these muscles right here that like connect to the ab. And then the back muscles. Muscles are in series or in arrays. Yes. I think that's obliques. I think. Maybe. But yeah, this, like, I've looked at anatomy stuff. I've looked at anatomy before, but for some reason it has never clicked in my brain that these back muscles connect with these, like, the you know, the rest of your body. I say this all the time. Hey, the whole body is linked together. Well, there's a link right there. We found one. I found one. Or I just realized it today, I guess. So I got that going for me, which is nice. Anyway, I think we will call it here for today. I think we did it good. We did a learn, we studied, we have discovered some very interesting, like this in particular, that's very interesting. We discovered some very interesting things with like the neck, the shoulders, which is very, very cool. We got some insight on how back muscles work. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, I think that will be all from me for today. Tomorrow, prepare your ears. There will be a very scuffed karaoke tomorrow. Kimono. Oh my goodness. Kimono Caros. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in, new denizen. Anonymous, I see you. But yeah, everybody, thank you very much for hanging out with me today. We are going to raid, so do stick around for that. And yeah, next stream tomorrow. Have an excellent rest of your day, everybody. And I will see you next time. Hello and goodbye, Frost.
You should save.
It is saved. Fear not. We got it. We got it. But yeah, everybody. Bruh. I'll see you all next time, okay? Bye.